Got a band coming into Martyrs as well next week. They're coming in from Colorado. It's a band called Magoo. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play some music by Magoo, and hopefully when I come back, they will be on the Zoom, and we will talk to them a little bit about their show coming up.
1, 2, 3.
Eric, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hey, fantastic. All right, glad that worked. All right. So we're on Central Time.
Oh, yeah, that's totally my fault. My apologies for keeping you guys waiting there.
No problem, man. So you guys are starting on a new tour here, I understand.
Yep. We've kind of had some scattered shows in January and February, and then next week we start a bigger tour through the Midwest.
So it sounds like your debut album, What a Life, drops on February 27th. How's it feel to finally put these songs out after your rapid rise from your first show in March of 2023?
Oh, yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, we're having the best time on the road and, writing these songs and arranging them together as a band and recording them. It's been an incredible experience. So I think folks are definitely going to resonate with some of these tunes and hopefully really dig them.
So you have bluegrass legend Sam Bush guesting on this record. What was it like to have a pioneer of the genre contributing to your debut project?
Oh, man, yeah, that was a dream come true, to say the least. He's an absolute legend and fantastic musician, obviously, but an even better human. He's just the nicest guy, and we got to hang out all day at a studio in Nashville and record the song, obviously, but just to hear him tell stories about, his upbringing in bluegrass and the support he had from some older folks in the scene and, talking about Tony Rice and David Grisman and Jerry Douglas and all these guys, Bela Fleck, it was just amazing. We could have listened to him tell stories all day.
That's got to be magic when something like that happens.
Yeah, yep. And then, that kind of seeps into the recording process too, because everyone's in such a great spirit and feeling real good and jazzed up. So, that song came out really great because of that, I think.
Absolutely. So the album was mastered by two-time Grammy winner David Glassner. How'd working with such a high-level professional shape the final sound of this record?
Yeah, he's amazing. And, for me personally, I know him from a lot of the Grateful Dead remasters. He just does amazing work. And I think the sound of our album really is attributed to his touch. And not to mention, we also had Eric Wiggs do the mixing, and he's a total pro. He's local here in Colorado and has done a lot of great work as well. So those two guys together, they've really helped shape the sound of the album.
You've been described as blending traditional bluegrass with disco funk jams. How do you balance these deep traditional roots with your more experimental, fearless improvisations?
Yeah, we definitely try to honor the traditional spirit of bluegrass, and we all love traditional bluegrass, but we're also big fans of jam bands like Fish and Grateful Dead, String Cheese Incident, Billy Strings, Green Sky, Yonder Mountain String Band. Those guys obviously are more on the bluegrass side, and that's kind of what we're inspired by. They do a really good job of blending the traditional with the experimental jam stuff. So that's exactly what we want to do, and we're kind of finding our own sound in the process. They're definitely inspirations and bands we look up to, but we're finding our own sound in the process to try and sound unique as well.
Well, it's amazing to see kind of almost a resurgence of bluegrass music. I kind of look at a guy like Billy Strings as leading the charge on something like that. Who do you see as some of the forefront leaders of the bluegrass movement?
Oh, yeah, Billy Strings for sure. He's created basically a bluegrass golden age with his rise and his fame. I mean, and has paved the way for a ton of bands up and coming to kind of follow suit here. There's a lot of great bands out there. I mean, before Billy, there was Yonder Mountain String Band, there was Green Sky, Leftover Salmon. I think, if you ask Billy, he'll often say he was inspired by those guys. So it's not like Billy's necessarily the pioneer, but he certainly has brought a resurgence to the genre and a lot of popularity to it. So, you obviously have to thank him for that.
Yeah. So now both Dylan Flynn and you have won or placed in major competition like Rocky Grass. How does that level of individual competitive skill translate into the band's collective chemistry on stage?
Yeah. Dylan won the Dobro competition at Rocky Grass and just absolutely killed it there. and I got to back him on his performances, which was really fun playing the rhythm on guitar. And I placed second on the in the guitar comp at Rocky Grass, which was a great experience and a lot of good players. So I was very grateful to place second. But yeah, all the guys in the band and Magoo are top-notch players and put in a lot of work into their sound. And we don't take it for granted that we're full-time musicians here. We're still putting in the work and practicing, and we're always trying to get better. So yeah, it's we keep each other motivated for sure.
How many hours do you figure you practice each day?
It definitely depends on the day, but if we're at home, like not on a tour, then it could be anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, or somewhere around there. If we're on the road and driving in the van from show to show, then it might just be a couple hours, before the show in the green room or on stage during sound check, or sometimes we bust out our instruments in the van as well if nobody's sleeping.
Yeah, I hear you. Fans often describe your shows as rowdy with raging peaks. What can the Chicago crowd at Martyrs expect from your live performance that they won't hear on the studio album?
Yeah, yeah, I think they'll definitely hear that experimental side we were talking about. We like to play uh, improvisation. Basically, we like to take a song out and see where it goes, and sometimes that means taking risks in the process. And ultimately, we hope it pays off. And yeah, we definitely bring up the energy in those jams and have some peaks. The light show gets a little crazy to kind of bring that up as well. So yeah, I think people can expect a nice blend of traditional, lots of original music, some fun covers, and yeah, some jams as well.
Do you have some old bluegrass classics or standards that you do?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, we do. Ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. Jimmy Martin, um, Old Slewfoot. I forget who actually pioneered that one. We do. It's Mighty Dark to Travel. I think that's a Bill Monroe number. Yeah, we got definitely a bunch of traditionals that we like to play.
Any Doc Watson in there?
We do some Doc Watson eventually. Yeah. We do. What's it called? Black Mountain Rag.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
every now and then, occasionally is what I meant to say, not eventually. Occasionally we'll do Black Mountain Rag out of Hell Mountain Girls Can Love. It's a good combination. But that's about the only Doc tune we're playing at the moment.
Oh, that's cool. So this is your busiest year yet, with more than double the shows of your tours last year. How are you guys adjusting to life in the van as you hit major new markets like Chicago?
Yeah. I mean, thankfully we all get along really well and we love spending time with each other. So that's definitely a good thing. I think we're just really hungry and motivated to play as much as possible. We're kind of right in the thick of it in the growth phase here, after our kind of breakout year last year. So we're just trying to build that momentum and keep playing for new people, keep bringing music to new places. And we just couldn't be more grateful to be doing that. So I think that drives a lot of the motivation.
Yeah, it should be very cool. You're performing with the Grass Fed Collective at Martyrs. How did that partnership come about, and what makes Martyrs a special stop on this tour?
So the Grass-Fed Collective, they're a local staple, I believe, in the Chicago scene. I don't actually personally know them, but Martyrs reached out to them and they were available to open, and they thought it'd be a good fit. Um, and for me, I actually have a connection to Martyrs. My family owns and runs Martyrs. So my aunt Kate, she's kind of the owner, and my cousin Brendan, he's booking. He's kind of the promoter, and the one in touch with the band, setting up the shows and whatnot. And then Ray is doing sound. He's also part of the ownership. So yeah, my family works there. They own it. They operate it. So for me, it's really, really cool to be able to play it. And my parents are actually flying out from New York to be with us there. So it'll be a very special moment for me.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that'll be a cool show then.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So your bluegrass roots, what are your influences? What artists or what music influenced you?
For me, I'd say my introduction to bluegrass was like it. Some people might not like this, but it was Fish and the Grateful Dead, the way that they played bluegrass songs. They would cover Fish would cover like Nellie Kane or Old Home Place or Rocky Top. And so that was my initial introduction. And then eventually I got into Tony Rice, and saw how the songs were meant to be played in the true bluegrass style. And that was, from there it was game over. I was diving in headfirst into everyone else, Norman Blake, Billy Strings, David Greer, all these flat pickers, Brian Sutton, who are just incredible.
It's got to be fun to see this rise of this type of music that almost seemed like it was dormant for years. My dad listened to bluegrass for years and kind of went to all the old shows, like the what is it? Trying to think, Bean Blossom down there, Bill Monroe's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have you ever been to any large music festivals like that, the bluegrass festivals?
So I've mainly been to them in Colorado. The Telluride Bluegrass Festival is pretty famous. We've done that one a couple times. Rocky Grass. And then we've played some smaller festivals, but this year we're set to play some big ones. We're at Delfest in Maryland, which is a big one, Del McCurry.
Oh, nice.
Yep. We're doing Bourbon and Beyond, which is not necessarily a bluegrass festival, but that's a really big one as well in Kentucky. A whole bunch of other ones. Blue Ox in Eau Claire.
Oh, you're doing Blue Ox. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, we're doing Blue Ox. That's a big one. So this year is definitely getting to cross off a bunch of festivals off the bucket list.
Oh, very cool. This will be a busy year for you then.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well, looking forward to you coming to Martyrs. So you're going to be at Martyrs this Friday. What time doors open?
Doors are at 8 p.m.
Doors are at 8 p.m. What time are you guys going to hit the stage?
We're going to play about 9:45 or so.
9:45. Fantastic. Yeah. All right. Well, looking forward to it. Go out and see Magoo next Friday. So, Eric, I'm going to be at the show. I'm looking forward to this. This should be a really good one.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Looking forward to meeting you in person.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I'm going to play some of your music going out here, and thanks so much for coming on the radio and talking with us.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Super grateful. And we'll see you next Friday.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Eric. Eric with Magoo. Okay. They'll be at Martyrs next Friday. Thanks, Eric.
All right. Thanks. Bye.